The Department of Health was tasked by the Iatf to relax quarantine rules for international arrivals. It's like music to your ears. If you can remember, just a few days ago, Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Joey Concepcion, called for the Iatf, the government, to shift from hotel quarantine to home-based quarantine. He suggested to use antigen tests instead of RT-PCR because the results for antigen test is quicker, plus it's cheaper. He said that it would help the tourism and airline sector of our country. Plus, he said, does it really help the travel bans and the facility-based quarantine? He said that our entry requirements are so extensive and complicated that it puts our country out of reach of international visitors and even our own returning kababayans. And he is not suggesting na, tanggalin agad-agad yung hotel quarantine. He's suggesting or proposing to the IATF to gradually move towards removing quarantine, and move towards home quarantine. Sir Joey Concepcion said that the quarantine, yung pagka-quarantine, in his own view, has not actually helped us in preventing Delta or Omicron from entering our country. I think DOH and WHO admitted that the travel bans doesn't really work in preventing the variant from entering the countries. The point of the travel bans lang or the quarantine is to delay the entry. But if you think about it, guys, you saw in 2 weeks' time, NCR, puno na ng Omicron. It was so infectious na kahit anong quarantine nila, pumasok pa rin. Ang bilis pumasok ng Omicron sa bansa natin. And thinking about the genome sequencing they're doing, very, very low capacity. How can they detect it on time? And mind you guys, in the same town hall meeting where Sir Joey Concepcion expressed his proposal, testing jar, Vince Dizon agreed. He said, we also need to have a dramatic change in mindset. Yes. Moving forward, the DOH. What is the DOH answer on this shift na to ease the quarantine protocols, requirements for international arrivals for you guys? The response today, the Department of Health Undersecretary Maria Vergeire said, we are studying this together with our experts on what recommendations we can give. They were tasked by the IATF to study the proposal. Sounds like the same thing they have been saying since last year. We're like a broken record here, but yeah, still study. But hey, they said nonetheless, if the proposal gets approved, the country will be ready with other layers of border control for international arrivals if the facility-based quarantine will be removed. How about antigen home test kits, no? Every international arrival can bring one. Pwede ibigay sa airport. We can buy it, 500 pesos for us, our ROFs, non-OFWs, and test at home. We will report to our LGUs. I think that would save a lot of money and time. The Philippine government, guys, is spending 30 million pesos per day for the quarantine of our dear OFWs. Well, that money could have been spent elsewhere. The proposal, guys, of Sir Joey Concepcion, he's saying that at least man lang after itong Omicron surge, there should be easing of restriction, changing of mindset na. I mean, we've been here for so long, no? And they're still using the same formula. But I myself is optimistic, guys, na after itong Omicron surge, it will be better. According to Okta research, they're seeing a decline in cases in NCR. But DOH won't admit that yet because nga our testing is not enough. So many people with symptoms are not tested. The numbers you are seeing in the Philippines, they are way more than what is actually here. But hopefully that indeed the cases will decline. They say, Okta Research said, before Valentine's. Sana naman before birthday ko. bumaba na yung cases natin, di ba? But for you guys, right now, talagang mataas po yung case, nagpa-positive. This is the highest, no? This is why we have been hearing a lot of nagpa-positive sa hotel because about 14% of arriving ROFs, OFWs, test positive for COVID-19. This is according to the Bureau of Quarantine. Bureau of Quarantine Deputy Director Dr. Salvador Jr. said, at present, the average per day of arrivals or capacity is at 3,000. Okay, that's the travel cap in NAIA. And those who test positive each day is close to 300. Approximately, mga nasa 10% to 14% of arriving Filipinos are testing positive. Medyo mataas talaga ang positivity rate. No, right now compared before. If we look at the graph, this is the graph of the Department of Health, ROFs, you guys, OFWs, the OFWs, balikbayan to test positive. This is the highest we have been ever since the start of the pandemic. Kaya we are commonly hearing stories of nagpositive sa hotel. So, however, the government started to open more isolation facilities kasi nga many are stuck in the same hotel. So, those who tested positive can be transferred sa ibang sa isolation facilities. For OFWs, whether magstay ka man sa isang hotel, libre pa rin po. So, wala po kayong mag-worry sa expense. Well, for non-OFWs, it's a different case, no? Mahirap po ako nag-positive and ngayon naman, since they added more isolation facilities, mas mataas yung chance na ma-transfer sa isolation facility ng government which is free. Pero even still, pag nag-positive talaga kayo, may extend talaga ng kahit 3 days, 4 days yung stay in the same hotel. So, guys, prepare for the expense. No, if you don't have enough money po, non-OFW, I would suggest to choose a hotel na hindi masyadong kamahalan. Tiis-tiis na lang po. But anyways, 3 options. I want to emphasize, if you test positive, you can stay in the same hotel, finish your quarantine there. 7 days po kung mild lang or symptomatic if fully vaccinated. Another option, yung transfer ng BOQ facility, which is free. And lastly is LGU quarantine, which you really have to coordinate with your LGU. While people are asking, how can somebody who tests negative before their flight test positive upon arrival in the Philippines? That's pure corruption. That is, we've been in the pandemic now for a long time na din, and I think we need education then. I am not a healthcare professional, but I think a lot of us know that the testing is not accurate. You could be exposed today, get tested today, and still have negative result. Plus, you can be exposed anytime. I could be tested right now, negative, 0 COVID. Oh, at the airplane, I sit with another person na may COVID pala. I take off my mask, she takes off her mask. I eat, we talk, yan. Nahawa na ako, nahawa na siya, di ba? So, anytime we can be exposed po. I'm sure there is some corruption going on. But to say na lahat na nag-positive ay corruption na lang, monkey business, hindi naman po tama yun. We know na totoo naman na marami talagang nagkakasakit ngayon at nagkaka-COVID. So, for those going home lang, no, be extra careful before your flight to the Philippines. If you can, avoid going to crowded places. Yung mga pasalubong, pupunta ka pa ng shopping, wag mo nang i-expose yung sarili mo. Much better kung safe, di ba? And yeah, a lot of people here are untested, walang testing, so we have more cases than they are reporting. But I am just optimistic, guys, that after this Omicron surge, we are gonna be in a far better position than we were before. I'm optimistic, guys. And even Octa Research Fellow Father Nicanor Austriaco said that it's highly unlikely that a more vicious variant of the virus would appear after this Omicron. Pakalas na daw ito sa 2022. Sana nga, cross fingers. According to him, he cited a paper by the University of Michigan and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology published last December, likening Omicron to a key that has been changed too much and as a result has become less effective at opening a lock. He also cited a study published by a scientific journal, Nature, that sees COVID eventually becoming like common flu. with only the vulnerable requiring vaccinations and mitigation measures. Hopefully nga. So yes, there are studies that back up what he is saying, guys. And I have my hope cling to that. I know we just all are exhausted about this COVID, guys. Gusto na natin itong matapos. So we want to be part of the solution. But our government also needs to do their part. We want a better system, a shortened quarantine at least, especially after this Omicron surge. No? We were going the right direction na sana before this Omicron, but I'm still clinging on that hope na we will go back to that, and a reopening for foreign tourists would happen after Omicron surge. I just have my faith. Positive lang, guys. Prayer lang. We want to show support to Presidential Advisor Joey Concepcion, guys. He's always pushing for shorter quarantine, removing quarantine. Matagal na yan, guys. Go to his Facebook page. Show your support to him, guys. Let him know that we are on his side. No. So this is all I can give the updates for today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow po with another update on whether this will be approved or not and other stuff. But stay safe and God bless you for now. Bye.